Hey guys, hope all is well. Let me just fix my camera here. I should have did this before I hit record. Hope all is well. I haven't uploaded a video in a little bit. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. I just wanted to touch base. I know there's a lot of videos flying around with the brother Joshua saying that the rapture is going to happen on potentially the 23rd or 24th, somewhere in there, 22nd, at the Feast of Trumpets. The Feast of Trumpets, where no one knows the exact day or the hour of when the Feast of Trumpets begins. And they probably don't know when the last trumpet will blow. So I can see where they're getting at, using it as a Jewish idiom. I don't fully understand all that. I haven't really dug into it too deep, but I wouldn't downplay that at all. I definitely September is usually a pretty big month, even for myself and a lot of people. Lots of activities going on. The baptism at church. I look at my journals, go back from when I started journaling like 3 years ago. And in September it ramps up, like dreams ramp up, activity ramps up, warfare ramps up. But usually September is a pretty good month as far as like getting into the Word and being able to see things, even though I don't fully understand any of it. Honestly, I don't understand any of it. A couple things have been fulfilled, but not everything. And some of it just might be for myself, and maybe I shouldn't share certain stuff. I don't know. But I just wanted to get on here because a lot of people are talking about that rapture day, and I'd say let's go. I'm definitely ready for the rapture. I'm definitely ready for for Jesus to take home his bride 100%. I look forward to that day so much. But if it comes and goes, I'll still be looking up. I'll still be looking up every day and praying. But I do think Jesus will let us know. I think if we're watching and waiting. All the time, every time when wrath was coming down, he gave a warning, and he says we'll know. He doesn't say we'll know the day or the hour, but he says we'll know the seasons, and we won't be kept caught off guard like a thief in the night. We're watching and waiting. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. I mean, you have the Holy Spirit in you, and just the Holy Spirit will warn you for what's about to come. It could be minutes before, days before. I don't really know how that's gonna play out. But I know there will be warnings, and lots of people are praying for confirmation. So I would say, yeah, pray for confirmations. The only thing with that is, and I noticed it, and I think a lot of other people notice it, is God does answer confirmations a lot of the time. It's just our downside is we continue to ask for more signs. Maybe that's not a good enough confirmation. Can I have another? Please, can I have another? Dad, can I have another? Can I have another? And I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't know. I'd have to dig into that a little bit more as far as continuing to ask your Father for signs. He knows we do, and they did it back then when Jesus walked the earth. People are constantly asking for signs. We do want signs for his return and confirmations, because this world is so deceiving, and we're living in very deceiving times, and we don't want to be deceived. Like, we don't want to be the deceived Christians that we know that's happening now. We don't want to be deceived, and it's very hard to trust man. Very, very hard. And I believe the Father knows that. I believe he understands. So even the people that aren't even looking forward to the rapture or not trying to figure out days, I think that's fine. I think just remain in fellowship with Jesus. And most importantly, set aside your morning time or whatever it is every single day. If you can, set alone, go into your prayer closet, or go into your room and shut the door behind you, like the Father says, or what Jesus says, like go into your room and shut the door behind you and spend time with your Heavenly Father, and you'll be rewarded. What are you rewarded? I really think you're rewarded the joy, the peace, the understanding, the hope of the resurrection. I believe you're to look forward to his return. And even if you have nothing to pray, just sit there and listen, because he can talk to you. Like he can definitely talk to you. I don't know, he can talk to you audibly if he wants to. Just listen for that quiet voice. Listen for the still small voice. And sometimes you do hear something, and you're like, what was that? And maybe not an audible voice, but you hear something all really quick, like a few words, like when I heard 329, all within a flash of a second. You said it, you could say it immediately out loud, and you just have to write it down while you're in prayer, because you don't know what it means in that time period. You might never know, but write it down. Have a notebook when you're in prayer. That way, in case he does speak or if something comes across in your heart that you're able to write it down, that's fine. Just maybe keep your phone away, because the phone can get pretty distracting in the prayer closet. And then get into the Word, read the Word, and spend time in His Word. But anyway, yeah. So I did put a video up, I think a couple videos ago. It was a dream with a bunch of, you have to go back and watch it. There was a bunch of people in a field at a festival. I seen some tents, some canopy tents, and people were there. And then all of a sudden we came under attack. I don't know if people were shooting at us or what, but we came under attack, and it wasn't like I wasn't fearful, but there was people hiding. Like we had to hide in a bush. There's people hiding behind like the knoll, like hiding behind the knoll to make sure we didn't get hit. And it was like a fearful dream. And immediately after that, I heard the number 329. And so I posted this video on like the 24th or 25th of March, which would be 324, 325, somewhere in there. And I thought, but I had the dream on 320. And I said that in the video. I had this dream on 320 because I keep it here in my journal. I keep everything written down, which is amazing to go back and look. I'm like, wow, everything's happening on this day. I have a lot of dreams in September. What is going on here? So yeah, I heard 329. So I thought something was going to happen on March 29th. Nothing happened that I know of. I'm like, oh, it must have just been nothing. I know nothing happened on 329. And then as we get to this day, and everyone's saying potentially the rapture is going to happen on 9/23, and then you got the UN meeting and everything that's happening on that day, and the Feast of Trumpets, and the last trump. I'm like, maybe 329 backwards is 923. It is 923 backwards. Just look at my notes here, because even when I had it was 320, and even if you reverse 320 is 023, so 23. And then the difference, like the date that I had it, which was, I had the dream on 320, which I don't know, I think it was like a Sunday or something. And then 329, the difference between the number I heard and the date when I had it was 9 days. So that's 9. I'm stretching a little bit with that. But specifically the 329 backwards, 923. That's one of, I would say, like 3 or 4 numbers that are present in my dreams that I remember, and I just don't know what they mean. Like October 10th, that you guys probably watched that video. I don't know, a year or something. And that dream, it was said democratic states must remain democratic states, and that was said it will happen on time, or it will happen on October 10th. I don't remember what it said as far as it'll happen on this day or happen before. So that's, who knows. October 10th though seems to be a pretty important day as far as my dreams go. And then you got the basic 9/11. Seeing 9 every time you look at the clock, it's 9/11. It's not right now, but it seems like every time you look at the clock, it's 9/11. It's 8:11 right now here on the camera. So yeah, I don't know. That was a dream that we had, that I had back on March. So maybe that has something to do with the up and coming rapture. I'm still waiting on some other confirmations. I've been praying about it, waiting on other confirmations, because I don't know. I'm not sure. I did have one thing in prayer. Where I heard basically what I seen in prayer. I had like a vision in my prayer. Sometimes when you're in prayer and then you see something that you're not even praying about or even thinking about, you just see something like you're there, was like a man or woman in like a blue dress or robe. And the only confirmations that I have so far, and what it said, or what was said when I seen that, was something about trusting them. Like it is now time to trust. And I said it out loud. I should have wrote it down. My God, it's probably nothing. So I didn't even write it down. I should have wrote down the exact words, because I continued to repeat it in my prayer. Like, it's time to trust this person, or it's time to trust. Because I don't trust many people, honestly. And it said, it is time to trust. And I seen like a blue denim robe. It was like so dark it was denim. And I don't know if it was a robe or a dress or a man or a woman. I'm not sure. It was kind of, I just seen the lower section of the robe. It said it was time to trust. So I wrote that down. I don't know what it means. I thought maybe I would see a woman in a blue dress and I would have to trust her. I don't know. The only thing I have is, so far, and I've probably been searching a little bit, but when I listened to Joshua on his second thing, he did mention that he seen Jesus in a blue robe. Sometimes he said he's seen him in a white robe, but he's seen him in specifically a blue robe. And I don't have any two. Whenever I seen Jesus in my dreams, I've never seen him in person, but anytime I had dreams of him, like, he was always in a white robe. I never seen him in a blue robe. But Joshua, that was one thing when he said that, I'm like, oh, maybe. I was like, maybe Jesus does wear a blue robe sometimes. I don't know. But that might be stretching a little bit. So yeah, I got a couple more things. I'll probably update another dream that I just had. Well, I'll go back here. I'll go back in September a little bit for things that happened, say in 2023, 2024, around this time period. And it's probably good for me to just make a video on this, but I'll just kind of note it here accordingly. So on 9/23, I'll step back. So on 9/12 and 9/13/2023, I had a dream where I was in a house. I don't even need to look at my notes because I remember it pretty good. I was in a house. It was almost like a beach house because the water, it actually started beating against the house, like on the pillars, like of the house. And I'm like, oh, this is getting kind of sketchy. And I was with two women, I think an older woman here and a younger woman here, and we were planning an event, like almost like planning a reception or a wedding. I don't know what we were planning, but the guys outside and everything was getting prepared. There was a barn outside. They were preparing everything for this wedding or this event, and we were kind of planning it out here on the kitchen table. And the waves were beating on the house. I'm like, is this all right? And then when I went outside, it was like a beach, and I went to stand on the water or like on the sand, and I was like up on a big sand mound, and I was like, I probably shouldn't stand on this. That might like sink in, and the waves might take over. So I got off the sand mount, and here was Granger Smith. Granger Smith was there. I don't know why Granger Smith was there, but he was there, and we escaped the waves. We escaped the sinking sand, and we were kept safe. We didn't drown in the sand. So that happened on 9/12 or 13. I wrote down. I wasn't sure what day. It was on the weekend. I didn't know what day it was, but we escaped the flood on 9/12 and 13. And then 9/23/23, I had a dream. I was someone else. So I was someone else. I was getting married. I wasn't myself, but I was standing up at the altar with this female, and we were supposed to get married. And the preacher was like, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And when he said Holy Spirit, she's like, or like she didn't agree. Like she's like she made a noise. And I looked over and I said, you don't believe in the Holy Spirit? And she's like, no. And I left her at the altar. I left. I just never looked back. I just left. It was like, I don't know. I was going through a lot of stuff back then, not with my marriage, but just with like teaming up with people and being unequally yoked to people. So it could have involved that, not to be unequally yoked, even with business partners and stuff. That's super important. But yeah, that. I had that on 9/23, so that was interesting. And then we fast forward to 2024. There was dreams in there. It wasn't worth noting everything there. And then on 9/10/2024, so fast forward a year, I literally was leaving Wawa. It's one of them days where the clouds speak. It's like the shape of the clouds will speak. It's like you'll see writings in the clouds or letters. You're like, wow, there's a lot of clouds out there. Certain types of clouds that will write letters, or letters are easier to be seen. And I've seen letters. It's not uncommon to see letters in the sky. But I was coming back from Wawa, and I literally see my name Chad written in the sky. I looked up to the left and through my windshield, and I seen it said Chad in clear letters in the clouds. Not even long enough to even take a picture. I didn't even think about taking a picture, actually. I was just stuck in the moment for a second as I was driving, and I was just looking up into the clouds. It was perfectly clear too. It's almost like I thought maybe I lost my mind and I was seeing things, but I definitely seen it, my name written in the clouds. And then when I got back to the shop, I'm looking, I'm like, maybe I'll see more letters. And I did see like an E written in the clouds. And I actually texted a picture to my wife. I still have it on my phone, but I see an E. It was one of the days when the clouds spoke, and you could see letters. It was just them type of clouds. And then on 9/14, a few days later, so 4 days later on 9/14, I woke up to another audible word, just like the 329. When you wake up and you hear the word all at the same time. It's like you wake up and hear something so clear that you can repeat it. I heard, when I woke up, it said, get ready to come home. Get ready to come home. What's that mean? Am I losing my job, or should I close my business? I don't know what that means. Get ready to come home, or is like get ready to die, get ready to be raptured. I don't know, but that's what I heard on 9/14 last year, and then on 9/21. So you fast forward 7 days after that dream, I have in my journal, I dreamt of my son Grayson. So my son Grayson he's 7 now, but he was 6 then, and I had a dream of that he died, like he died. And then when I seen him as an older guy, like an older child, like a teenager age, I seen it like it's like he died and he had a new face and a new body. And that happened on 9/21. And when I woke up, like I knew I needed to check the time. I was like, you knew it was like super important to check the time just to record it. And I wrote it down, and it was 6:58. And 6:58, I later to come find out 6:58 means. I remember looking it up. Hopefully this is right, but I wrote down to bring to maturity, 6:58 a.m. That's what time it was. And then the next morning, I didn't have a dream, but I knew, I was like, oh, maybe I'll check the time again. So as soon as I woke up, it was 6:59. So there was a minute difference between one day and the other. And that's not setting any alarms, just waking up naturally. I usually don't set an alarm, always. Sometimes I do. Well, actually I do. That's a lie. I do set my alarm every day at like 5 o'clock. And I always wake up at like 7:30. I never wake up when I set my alarm clock off for, unfortunately. I'm hoping to work on that some. And then I'm kind of blabbling on here. Let me see what else I got. So 320, 2025. That was 320 was when I had the people getting attacked. That was the 329 dream. And then this one was just 8:30, so only a few days ago. I think it was like Saturday night, but I have it down for 8:30, 2025. And I pretty much remember this one too. I don't think I even need to look at my notes. But this dream, I don't even know what it means. It probably means nothing, to be honest. But so I was walking. I was in like a big warehouse type thing. And there was black storage containers, or like black shipping containers. They kind of look like this. It was like black. Looks like I'm in a shipping container right now, doesn't it? There's black shipping containers on the outside, and the inside was empty, just like this room. There's nothing even in here, which is interesting now that I'm thinking about this. And I knew I had to go away for like 6 months. I was going away for 6 months, and I felt like I was going to live in this shipping container, or this unit. And my family was like outside. My family was outside, and I was going away for a little bit. Fast forward in the dream, I'm no longer there. I'm at like some kind of teaching facility. I don't know what it was, but I was in the classroom, and we had like notebooks and pads and papers and pens. And I was like, oh shoot, I don't have my notebook. Like, hopefully we don't have to take too many notes. I'm gonna have to write on the back of the paper. Like, I don't have any notebooks, so hopefully we're not having to take notes. It was like I was there to learn something. I don't know if it was a new position or a new job or what I was there for, but I was there to learn something. And there was a bunch of other guys. I didn't see anyone, but there was people there. And the only person that I seen was the man talking. And the man talking at the podium was Donald Trump. He was the one leading the group. So it's kind of, I never had a dream of Donald Trump. This is the first one. Obama, I've had a lot of dreams of Obama being like the Antichrist, or just being a bad guy in the dreams. I don't know about specifically the Antichrist, but not a good guy. But this one, back on point. So it was Donald Trump giving orders, and he said something about Iran. He had like a whole slogan about Iran. I don't remember what it was, but he kept repeating it. And then we switched to like a lunch break, and we were outside, and I was talking to some of the people that worked there. They were on their lunch break, and I was talking to them down below the building. And then I'm back in the building. So I'm back in the building, and I'm sitting over to, I guess, to the right of Trump. And he's tossing these pink and blue, I'm pretty sure it's pink and blue water balloons, and they're breaking right in front of my feet. Like, I kept lifting my feet off the desk, and off the floor, and he kept throwing these water balloons, pink and blue. And he's like, this guy don't ever catch the water balloons. Like, I don't remember the exact words, but he's like, look at this guy. He don't even know how to catch water balloons, or what's he even doing? He's not even catching any. And I don't know if I thought it or said out loud, but I'm like, that's because if I catch one, I'm going to throw it back at you. That's what I said. And I ended up catching one. The next one I caught, and then I just broke in my hand. I didn't throw it back at him. And then we transitioned to another room, which was like a table conference room. Instead of being like separate desks, we are at a big conference room now, a big table. And there's a guy over here diagonally talking. And basically what was happening, it seems like I signed up for something. I don't know what I signed up for. And I'm pretty sure I was myself. Because the guy across the table asked me, he's like, hey, we need to write down on this paper what your household income is currently since you're joining here. Like, what is your household income? Basically, like, what does your family make now that you don't work, like you have no income? And I told him 0. We make no money. Our house, without me working here at the business, we make no money. There is no other income. It's just here with my detailing business. This is it. So I was like, 0, we're not making anything. And they were like surprised by that. And then I'm sitting over on the other side of the table, and there's a guy over here talking. He's like, oh, the job's real easy. He's like, you don't have to, and it's almost like a military job. Like, I'm going to serve. Basically, I felt like I was going to serve overseas, but it was a relatively safe place, and there was nothing to worry about. It was an easy job. It paid very well. All the guys there already did it, and they're like, this is the greatest job ever. It's paid real easy. And the guy actually that's working over there now, he's just playing Fortnite. He said he's playing Fortnite in the van all night. He's like there to serve, but he's just playing Fortnite and hanging out, and that's what he's doing. It's just, I don't know. It was like I was signing up for a job, basically to provide for my family for 6 months. Like, I was going away for 6 months. And I'm 40 years old. I'm not joining the military anytime soon. I don't know what any of this was about. And then the next, we're back into a room, and we're looking at screens. I don't think there was anything left there. That was pretty much it. But yeah, we're back in a room, and we're looking at screens, and this was kind of this weird part. But it was like, basically, I don't know if the people living there or us had to eat this. This is kind of the disgusting part. But it was like, what they were doing is recycling, like, nasty stuff, and cleaning it, and what was left remaining was green beans, and they were living off these green beans that were undigested food. It was like really weird. I was like, that was the weirdest part of the dream. And you're probably like, what are you watching? That's how it ended. Like, it was almost like the Iranian people were eating food that was like cleaning the green beans, because after they were cleaned, they looked like brand new green beans. I don't even know what that means. That's the weirdest dream probably ever, as far as the end of it. Everything else felt pretty normal in the dream, except that part. That part felt kind of weird. But that was my most recent dream. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet for the most part. Let me see if I've had anything else as of lately. Nothing. Where are we at right now? So today is September 1st, and I'm anxious for this month to see what happens this month. Yeah, last week on 8/26 in prayer, I seen a pond draining. It was like a pond, and then I was down below the bank, and there was a big drain hole. It wasn't draining, but I seen the hole. And then the next, I seen like a road with a lot of small saplings on the side of the road. So it was like a road, and then a bunch of tiny trees, like thousands of trees on the right side of the road. And then the next one, I was at a bowling alley called Rocky Springs Bowling Alley. I was walking into the bowling alley, and I turned left to go, I don't know where. I know it's there. It's like an arcade. But I was there at Rocky Springs Bowling Alley. And like when I'm praying, I'm like, I usually don't see stuff. That's like random stuff in prayer that just pops in, and it's almost like I'm there living it while I'm praying. or just sitting in the quiet place. It's almost like you're dreaming. It's almost like a dream, but you're not sleeping. That's what it's like. And it's not an open vision. And I don't even know if it comes from God. But maybe it does. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I don't know what that means. But that could mean lots of things. Draining a pond, small trees on the right side, like on the right side of the pathway is small trees. Like small trees could be my kids. Like you're going down the right road and on the right side are your children. You could come up with a million things as far as that. I don't really know. And then before that was the blue robe. Now time to trust, or something like that was said. It's now time to trust. But yeah, I do have a problem with trusting people, especially people leading the church. I do have issues with people leading the church. So anyway, I've been going for 26 minutes. I probably should jump off here. I got to get back to work. It's almost 9 o'clock here. But yeah, comment below. Stay in the Word. Stay in the prayer closet. Whether this day comes and goes, I'm waiting on a couple more confirmations. If I get them confirmations, we'll see. It's kind of I've said it in other videos, like what my confirmations are, and it's nothing that man can make happen. It's only stuff that God can do. It's like pretty off the wall confirmations. So the first confirmation that I have would be, and I remember writing it down a few years ago, and which would go like, if I see a hawk, like up close and personal, like, because I see hawks almost every week, but it needs to be like super up close and personal, like never before. And then the next would be to see an eagle really up close. I see eagles probably every week, maybe not every week, but pretty often. But it's got to be super up close and personal, like whoa, what just happened? And then the final confirmation, I'm probably gonna get struck by lightning, even by asking God for 3 confirmations. But the third one is, I never seen like a white dove. I've seen white pigeons, they're flying around at the farms, but a close-up interaction with a white dove, almost like the dreams I've had where it just floats down out of the sky, and I see a dove up close. And it could be that's when Jesus takes us up. Maybe I'll see a dove, I'm not sure. But like an up close and personal interaction with a white dove, not a pigeon, a white dove. I see there's a lot of regular mourning doves around here, but a white dove specifically. So if I see that, and if I see the hawk, what I wrote down on my tablet years ago is, if I see this hawk, I know the rapture is going to happen this year. If I see not just a hawk in general, but up close and personal. And if I see an eagle, like it grabs onto my arm, or it's like so close I never imagined it. If I see an eagle, it's going to happen this month. What did I say? This month? What did I say? Oh, the hawk is, this year. The eagle is like this month. And then when I see the dove, that could be like it's happening like this week, or like today, or this second. That's my 3 confirmations. And believe it or not, I'm going to tell you something here, and I don't know if this is good enough. I think it is. I honestly think it is. But on 8/25, this was just last week, I didn't feel too good. I almost think we had COVID. I'm not sure. But I was driving down over this hill, and I'm like, I feel like death. I just got done work, and I literally said out loud, I feel like death. And then as I got down to the bottom of the hill, down swoops a hawk. And I mean, there was roadkill on the road. It swoops down onto the roadkill and just sits there. And I'm like, no, it'll fly away, like a turkey buzzard or something. It'll fly away. It doesn't fly away. It's like it wants to either get hit or die, or like I ended up driving so close to it. I was right next to it. It was right at my door. And it was the closest I ever was to a wild hawk. I've never been any closer besides like guys that train them and on their arm. I've been close to them. But like a wild hawk in the wild, I don't know if he was protecting the food or what, but he was right there in the middle of the road and he just stared at me. And it was the closest interaction I've ever had with a hawk. So I made a note. I was like, maybe this was it. Maybe this means the rapture's happening this year. That's one of my confirmations. One of 3. And then I was like, I should have moved that roadkill off the road. The guy's gonna get hit. Like, the Hulk's going to get hit if he's not willing to move for the food. And then, so I left, and I was like, I didn't move the food. I didn't have a shovel or anything. And then I came back the next day, and wouldn't you know, he's on the road dead. I'm like, oh, man, I should have. And I was like, I should have at least brought a shovel to bury him. But he was on the Hawk was on the, it was like a whole thing, like the day before, seeing him and being like, wow, this is amazing. To like the next morning, I'm like, oh, so bummed out that he got killed. It was like going through the whole cycle of life all within like 24 hours. So I wrote that down as a confirmation. We'll see if it holds true. Technically now I need to see an eagle up close and personal like no other. And so far, this is the first day of the month. And what have I seen so far? I found a feather. You're not even supposed to keep feathers. I do. It's still sitting. It's in my garage. I said I'll just say it blew in the garage. It didn't. I got it here on the table. I don't know if it's turkey buzzard feather or it could be an eagle feather. It kind of looks similar, or even the goose feathers kind of look similar. It's either an eagle feather, turkey feather, turkey buzzard feather. I don't know what it is. But I Googled it and took a picture of it, and it said Rapture feather, and it said this is an eagle feather. I'm like, oh wow, an eagle feather on the first day of the month. But it's not. It wouldn't be super uncommon because the landlord said here there's actually a cell phone tower right above my shop. It's like right here, and there's actually an eagle's nest in there. He says so. There's eagles here. I just moved into the shop. This is my first month here, and he said there is eagles present. So it could be that I have an up close interaction, and if I do have an up close interaction with an eagle, I'll definitely make a video because that would be a pretty crazy confirmation. Or maybe if I said me, but maybe if my kid or my wife has an up close interaction, I don't know. But even on the hawk thing, my sister-in-law, the next day, she had a red-tailed hawk go after her chickens, but somehow the chicken escaped the wrath of the hawk. Somehow the chicken escaped. I don't know how. They thought the hawk got killed, or the chicken got killed, but somehow the chicken escaped. So I'm kind of thinking that's what's going to happen to us at the time of the rapture. We're going to be able to escape God's wrath. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. If you guys think I'm crazy, just comment below that I'm crazy. But it's interesting to keep an eye out and see that the times that we're living in very crazy times, but also it's an awesome time to be alive. How lucky are we to be the people that potentially could see the Lord's return? And I think we are them people. Unless I die tomorrow or something, but I think we will see the Lord's return in our lifetime. I really do. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later.